If it hurts, game breaks, no get you know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, do the game, tap, this win it in. First year again, we're here for the first May. Carry five, keep that 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. You know, the old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
We've got to raise the bar, and we've got to continue to raise the bar. I don't think any of those young men, when they signed to come to Tennessee, they signed to say they wanted to come and be a part of a 7-6 program. They said they wanted to come and compete for championships, SEC championships, national championships. I know that's what I want. I know that's what Tennessee wants. I know that's what the expectation is. So we've got to continue to reassess everything that we're doing and make sure that we're continuing to move the needle in the right direction.
Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes,
all right.
The culture that Hype and everyone has created in this building, it's been phenomenal on teams, and we're only going to continue to be better. And the standard around here, I've said it before, I'll say it again, standard is to be the damn best. And we're never stopping.
But you know what? Let's talk a little Vols. That is not me trying to take any shine away from the phenomenal channel Talking VAWLS that my guy Boogie Bentley runs, so shout out to them. But let's talk a little Vols here.
Do you remember when we fell in love? I remember, don't worry. Do you remember? I remember how it all began. How could I ever forget? It's the first time. Do you remember? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air now. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's coming in the air now. We fell in love. You remember time. How could I ever forget? You remember time. We fell in love. You remember time. How could I ever forget? Coming in the air now.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. I forgot my name. COVID does that to you, man. COVID brain will do that to you. I forgot my name, but you guys in the chat reminded me. My name's Boogie Bentley, hanging out with the coaches. We're going to talk a little Cruton. Negabal's in the house and says, morning shows just hit different. Is this technically, well, it's definitely a morning show for Coach Jay. Is this technically our first Friday morning show? I mean, we started before noon.
Yeah. Yes, for me.
It's an honor to be here.
I didn't see anybody say, oh, wow, they're early. Thanks, guys. You know, when we're late, if we're 30 seconds late, the chat is attacking. They're honest. They're, boom, coming out of the gate. You guys are late. What's the problem? Actually, they just attacked me. It's always my fault. Like Coach Jay could be late. Coach Rice could be late. They could be having tech problems. Bennett Warren could be cooking up like fresh Alfredo and late to the show. Shady Hayward could have forgot he was supposed to be here. No matter what happens, it's me. But we show up 5 minutes early. And yeah, we may have played 5 minutes intro, but that's what we do around here at the Talkin VAWLS Network. We play the organ. We let the church people file in and get ready for a church service because that's what we're going to do. We're going to have church here today on the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're here for the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. That's 4-star corner Onis Konanbanny. He's going to choose between Tennessee and Florida State. We're going to take you all the way up to that decision, and hopefully we'll be able to share it with you guys live on air. Coach Rice, this one's in the boat. We're just waiting, right? We're not even nervous. We know what's coming.
Yeah, he's a Vol. We've known for a good little bit. He's a Vol. All the national media guys have been pointing it this way. We saw the video that wasn't supposed to be a video there for a little bit. But hopefully he, avoided any second thoughts. After he made that video, after he was in that video, we saw committing to the University of Tennessee then, and then it's just the momentum's just kept going. I mean, who wouldn't want to come be a part of this, what's going on at Tennessee right now? It's just too good. Some people say it's even too good to be true, but obviously it's true. We're sitting here witnessing it, and it's just a great time to be part of something special. Onis Konanbanny, also known as Coach J's main man, is going to be committing to the University of Tennessee within the next hour.
There you go, man.
I started watching Obi-Wan Kenobi last night on Disney Plus. I started it forever ago when it first came out, but just in honor of Coach J and Onis Konanbanny coming off the board today, I started the series back up last night. Coach J, we're going to break down some film probably after the commitment, but what do you like about his game?
I like how physical he is. A wiry kid. He's got all those intangibles that they talk about that you can't teach, right? Like he's got that dog in him. He's got a prototypical corner frame and body. He's a really wiry kid. Comfortable playing in tight, comfortable playing inch technique, press, inside tech, outside technique. Leverages really well, tackles really well, can come off the corner, the kind of kid you could see playing star, but in my opinion, a true cornerback, and give all the cornerbacks to the Tennessee Volunteers. We will take as many as we possibly can get. With Gardner running our defensive line, we're always going to be able to get pressure up front, I believe, and stop the run. So when you can really tighten the screws on the outside from the cornerback position, you're going to give those D linemen that extra tick on the clock, right? That extra 1.2 seconds they need to affect the quarterback and create negative yardage situations for offenses. So Onis is, kind of newer to football, is my understanding, but man, he exudes a lot of great things, but needs to learn a little as well. But excited about the commit.
I got a cool little news clip we're going to show in just a little bit that kind of talks about his story and where he came from and what he's all about. Go ahead, Coach Rice.
Well, I was just going to go off of what Coach Jay was saying there at the end, and what you just led into. He's very raw, but as Coach Jay said, he's got the perfect corner body build. Like he's really learning the game, very, very physical. That's something that when film pops on, you notice that immediately. That's something that you're not going to have to teach or coach, because physicality is just integrated into somebody. If you want to be physical, and that's part of the game, that's what you love to see it from a corner, especially with his type body. He's going to be able to put some wide receivers in bad spots, not getting to their routes, and create timing issues between the quarterback and the wide receivers. And that's what good corners do. And we've talked about it. We love what Jamal McCoy, we love what Ricky Gibson's bringing to the corner room, and their physicality and being able to get, press man and get up into their faces and cause them to, change their rhythm of their routes. Well, that's what Konanbanny can do. Let him get on a college campus, let him get coached up, and really develop that potential where he could be a top SEC corner. And that's the reason why he's so high, because the cap of potential is just so high with this kid, even though he's so raw in football.
Let me catch up with you guys in the chat. We got almost 650 people watching live for the live commitment. Going to take you all the way up to it's supposed to be around 12:30, 12:45. Hopefully, we'll be able to stream it, share it with you guys right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. But do us a favor and smash the thumbs up, share out the link, let people know we're live. I thought this was kind of a funny comment. Doug Garrett tuning in all the way from 1987. This man is from the past, and he showed up and he said, live commitment, live coverage of a kid's commitment. Podcasts are turning into CNN. Well, Doug, first of all, this is a YouTube channel, bro. This ain't a podcast. It's YouTube. Welcome to 2024. We had almost 5,000 people here for the live commitment of David Sanders. So clearly, we're doing something right. And speaking of David Sanders, he's going to be right back here on the Talkin VAWLS Network Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Going to be a blast. We're going to take a look at some stuff that went out on Twitter last night. Man, God bless David's little heart. They had a tough game last night, lost 13-7. I told my wife, I was like, COVID, I haven't been able to really promote it as much as I want to. Then David loses. It's like, can the stars line up against us? I mean, we got the biggest interview for the Talkin VAWLS Network ever, and it's just not playing out the way we want. But adversity, I think, will help to build him into an even better player. But let me catch up with you guys in the chat. Rocky Top Tom was here early, dropped a $5 super chat. Says, Door was a hair away from breaking down this guy in the film championship series. Kid is a baller. If I can't catch this live, go Big Orange. Eddie Crossland becomes a member. I think he actually upgraded his membership to Talkin VAWLS Faithful. We appreciate that support. BM Banjo's in the house for 5. Talkin VAWLS live at work, bro. Hell yeah, it's a good day. Yeah, don't you guys get fired. I know y'all are all tuning in from work. This is a lunchtime live. Don't get fired. Tony Canada for 2 says, hope you're feeling better, Boogie. Appreciate you, Tony. Better? Yes, great. No, but my heart's pumping. We got to talk some Tennessee recruiting. Landon's been a member for 25 months, says GBO. We appreciate you. Matt Falk becomes a member of the channel. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate that. Foul Ming for 5. Ming Stream Media Prediction is in. All Vol baby. I heard that Ming Stream Media is undefeated. I think he's undefeated on his official predictions. Larry Amerson for 2. Nothing to say, just a tip in the tip jar. We appreciate you, Larry. Slingblade for 5. Hope you are feeling better. Boogie, thank you, Slingblade. We appreciate it. You know what's funny when you're sick? It's like people are so kind. They're like, Boogie, don't worry about it. Just take the day off, get better, come back. I'm like, bruh, when I don't stream, I don't get paid. When I don't get paid, I can't pay the bills. So you got to get on here and do a little work every now and then. Good old Nate Pruitt for 10. Cover charge, Boogie. Howdy, Coach J. Coach Rice. God bless and go Vols. It's good to see you in the chat, Nate. Tennessee Home Comfort becomes a member of the channel. We appreciate those memberships. Think about hitting that join button. You can do it for $1. Also, if you want to be on the fan call-in shows, after David leaves on Sunday night, we're going to open it up to a fan call-in show like we do every Sunday night. Talkin VAWLS Elite and higher, you get the link first. So get in where you fit in, hit that join button. We appreciate it. Tennessee Home Comfort. Billy Todd for 2. Dorfy, hope you're feeling better, Boogie. Thank you, Billy. Foul Ming for 5. Have the high ground we do. Commit, he must. Yoda, probably. I think he said that in that Obi-Wan series that I've started last night. Gibby the Great for 5, says Dorfy. Appreciate it, Gibby. AGR 270, been a member for 22 months. Jeff drops a 5 spot, says Vol World Order. Thank you, Jeff. Michael Nicely drops a 20 spot. That's an Orange Boy. That isn't. Where did you get that shirt, by the way?
Someone asked in the chat about it. Dublin, my son, got it for me, and he had one as well. So when he was playing ball and getting crewed and all that kind of stuff, he'd run around wearing it, which was pretty awesome and definitely offended some young California football players that were SC fans, and Oregon fans, and such. So yeah.
That's hilarious. Michael Nicely drops a 20 spot. That's Orange Boy. He says, tip jar. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate that. That's a very generous super chat. Joseph Harris also drops an Orange Boy.
Rocky Top!
Joseph says, pay the bills, man. Love the work that you do. I appreciate that. We're going to try to pay the bills again tomorrow night. I got to get the NCAA stream in. I have to try to do it. So we're going to try to do it tomorrow night. I'm not ducking Coach Rice. I ain't scared of Kent State. I ain't scared of Kent State. Michael Lynch becomes a member of the channel. We appreciate you, Michael. And then this dude rolls in every live commitment that we do. Every time we do a live commitment, he comes in and gifts a bunch of memberships. Will Jones gifted 10 Talkin VAWLS memberships. That is like the equivalent of $100 super chat, I think. No, maybe it's a 50. I think it's like a 50. And then he also drops a 50. So shout out to Will Jones. We appreciate that generosity. We'll play the clip for him as well if I can find it.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Will Jones with the top donation of the afternoon for 50 says, Onis in the boat, GBO. Shout out Will Jones. Very generous, my man. We appreciate you. Tommy Downs drops a $5 super chat. Says, Dorfy, keep up the work, guys. Thank you, Tommy. We appreciate it. Robert for 2. Did anyone see Ty Simpson's brother play last night? Didn't he have like 6 touchdowns in the first half or something?
I was there. It was awesome.
Dang.
I was there. It was awesome. He lit up the team they were playing, which they were playing a class down. But that kid, as a freshman, of course, I umpired him 8th grade baseball. And that kid, as an 8th grader, throwing 84 miles an hour. And that kid is a beast, and he's a future 5-star. They were up tempo, no huddle, throwing the ball all over the field. It was fun to watch.
He ain't coming to Tennessee though. Surely. I mean, wasn't the issue with Ty Simpson? It wasn't his dad. There were all kinds of issues there.
I don't know. I talked to him the time when he was 8th grade pitching when I was umpiring. His favorite team's Tennessee, so I don't know.
So him and Josh Petty are both coming.
Yeah.
Shout out Big Low Country Sports. What's up, brother? That's Shady's cousin. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Shady said, "Go Balls." Speaking of games last night, I did want to share this. Take a look at it, man. Again, unfortunate night for Big Dave, but look at him. Look at him showing up last night. They played in the Panthers Stadium. Comes in looking clean, got that Tennessee swag on. And then this, can you imagine? Like, look at the helmet. Look at the helmet right there. There is no way, like, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, like you would be able to rep Tennessee on the back of a high school helmet like that.
It's cool.
But I'm here for it. I like it. Let's look through some of these clips. This is the one I like. Let's get Coach Day to talk about this one. What do you think about Big Dave coming off the edge? See him right here?
He both times I broke down his film, I've sprinkled in little edge plays because he is a scary man coming off the edge. And I love that he's playing D end. You know, when shout out Kyler Kerberson when we were reviewing his film, you know, we saw him at D tackle. I know Cade, Mays and Coop also played inside as well. So be able to see an offensive lineman, a true big O lineman coming off the edge like that, even in high school, is super impressive, scary, and would have me extremely worried if I were playing quarterback at the high school level. Let's put it that way.
Break this thing down for us. So he comes off right here, fires off the ball. What do you think? This man is out here.
He's trying to, keep a nice wide base, which I like against Sanders. You can tell he was coached up before this game. And look at his eyes, man. He's real synced up on him. They got some pretty wide splits here, so you definitely want that wide base so you can deal with that. Why don't you click the first step or two of this, Boogie? Let's take a look, because I haven't seen it. The one thing I did notice right there with David is he took a hesitation step, though. He had a wasted step off the block. I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but he definitely did shuffle his feet really quick.
What about the hands?
It's the hands. Look, he's going to play some inside. He defeats the hands so quick. You talk about Gardner wanting quick hands. He defeats the O lineman's hands pretty quick, just by a little feint, like a little boxer's feint, little wrestler's feint. Gets around the edge extremely quick. Shows decent bend for such a big tackle too. I like it, man. Big, scary. David Sanders coming around the edge there. Nicely done.
So fast. And then of course here's the one touchdown that Providence they had last night. Coach Rice, what do you like about what you see here? Big David Sanders leading the way, blocking here.
Going down and working up on the linebacker. I like his quick feet. Leading up. I couldn't tell what type of run it was. I couldn't tell if it was an outside zone play or what. But hey, quick feet, getting up, doing what he's supposed to do, getting up to the next level. So his running back can, there's a hole there. And so, and the team they played, it has some elite talent. I know, 26. They got one of the top 26 edge rushers. So it's not like he was just going against some single A small 5'8" dude like he was the week before. He was going up against 6'3", 6'4" top defensive end, and he showed very well. I saw a couple other clips where, he held his own and did what he's supposed to do. And that's what you want. You want David Sanders going up against elite talent. That's iron sharpens iron, even though it's a team against him, but he knows that's the best way for him to get better and improve is going up against top elite talent.
Mm-hmm. You talk, that elite talent being out there, and it's not just on the other side of the football, right? He's got a couple of teammates in the class of 26. It is hard to believe because it feels like Onis Konanbanny, we're kind of tying a big fat bow on the class of 25. And I know that we're not. I know you're still going to have an opportunity to flip some guys, but numbers-wise, like we're pretty dialed in. We're pretty locked in. And then you start looking ahead to 2026, and you've already got Carson Snead in the boat. You've got Faison Brandon, the number one player in the country, according to 247 Sports, in the boat. David Sanders has a couple of teammates on that team. Kendry Harrison, 5-star tight end, number one tight end in the country, number 10 overall player in the country. But then also the opposite offensive tackle, Leo Delaney, 4-star offensive tackle, number 9 offensive tackle in the country, just outside the top 100 overall. I know Dave's going to be an early enrollee, but guess what? You don't think he's going to work on the recruiting trail? It was huge that Kendry Harrison transferred to Providence Day, and Big Dave's going to have some time to start working and building those relationships. Coach, how different is recruiting now, man? It's August. Like, we're not even into September yet, and it's time to start focusing on the class of 26.
It's exciting, man. There's no other word for it, right? Like, I'm so freaking excited. I don't think I've ever said this in my life before in actual football season, but I can't wait for the off season. I literally cannot wait for the off season. I can't wait for some breakdowns to kick back up. I can't wait for this recruiting class to go off the way it has started off. I said it the other night on the show, man. I think we're going to end up with a top 3 class. Can we get that number 1 slot? It's going to be dang exciting. And if we build it this year, like we think we're going to build it, like we talked about during our predictions last night, even if we go with Dauber's predictions that were negative. No, I'm just kidding. They really weren't that negative. But if we go with the more conservative predictions, we're going to have a heck of a lot of steam built up at Rocky Top. Going into possibly Nico's final year, and then it's well documented all the quarterback talent. But man, it's going to be a monster class on top of a good class, and this depth will finally be where we need it to be to, start getting some early season predictions for the following year. To expect to beat your Georgias, to expect to beat your Bamas. Where you feel confident about that. You aren't like, if we're healthy and this and that, if everything falls right, you'll just feel solid about it.
But how long ago were we coming on here and saying, man, just keep it close against Florida. Just keep it close against Alabama. Just keep it close. No, now I expect to win every game. Tennessee's going to be competitive in every single football game because Heupel's flipped the roster. And how crazy is it, too, to say you can't wait for the offseason? Because I think that class of 26 is going to be special. We're sitting in the top 5 right now. In the class of 25, we're like, oh, well, that's not good enough. Next year's going to be better. Like, I'm telling you, boys, we are off to the races. Josh Heupel is the guy. I don't know that we backed into him. The stars aligned. We deserve it. We've been drugged through the mud for 20-some years. Danny White, home run hire. He goes and gets Josh Heupel. We're all scratching our heads. Danny White even tells us, man, I did everything I could to not hire Josh Heupel, but everything tells me he's the guy for this job.
Yeah.
We got almost 1,000 people watching in the chat. We appreciate you guys tuning in for the live commitment to Onis Konanbanny. We're going to continue to talk some football, man. After he comes off the board, we're going to break down some film. We may talk some expectations, some excitement, things to watch this upcoming week. But let me catch up with you guys. Dakota's in the house, drops a $5 super chat, says, do you guys like it better when you know they're a lock, or do you like the tense surprising? The tense surprising. Don't know where they're going commitments. I like when it's a surprise. I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun, but I like
a
them both.
surprise when Tennessee it's got a legit shot.
Yeah, like David Sanders was a surprise, but we were all confident, right? Like, when's the last time we were like, oh my gosh, he chose Tennessee? I don't know that we've had one of those.
It's been a while.
And you know what? Let me praise him some more, but it's because AP's so dang good at this job.
Yeah.
It's the truth, man.
Was Jordan Ross like that?
The last couple of weeks,
It felt good. Just right at the end, it started to feel good. But before that, it was a little tenuous, and we kind of liked our spot with a couple other guys better. I feel like.
I tell you what, for the last
Utu.
few
Yeah,
weeks,
someone said Utu.
last few weeks, Utu.
But those guys don't have live commitments.
Yeah, that was a live commitment.
Like even Jaden Lofton, it's not that he was a surprise. He just pulled the trigger. And it's like, holy man, nobody was ready for that.
Yeah. I mean, mine would be, did we cover Boo Carter live?
Yeah. Yeah, did we?
See,
yeah, we did.
That one was a shocker at one point where it was kind of, is he coming to Tennessee? Because Michigan was very heavy in it. Colorado was heavy in it. So we that was one that I was very pleasantly happy about.
Gunfight and Smokey Bear for 5. Just want to give a shout out to Montana State Bobcats against New Mexico tomorrow. Vegas has us 13-point favorites. Go Cats and go Vols. Man, football is here. It is go time. Mad Mopar Motorsports for 5. Onis Konanbanny plus Boo Carter equals Bama's done. Knoxville Predator catcher for 10. How big of a deal is the secondary this year? We went 10-2 with a bad secondary. The front 7 makes up for that to a degree. I'm more worried about it if the receivers can catch those easy passes. I'm not, dude. I think our secondary is going to surprise some people. I'm a little concerned about safety. I'm not really worried about Star. I'm really not. I think there will be some growing pains at Star, but I think we're really good at corner. I don't think people are putting enough respect on Ricky Gibson and Jermod McCoy. And I think they're just lumping in the secondary struggles as a whole. I think we've got good corners, man. I do. I know y'all agree.
I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised with safety. I mean, yes, that one opposite of Andre Turntine, and how much proof in the pudding have we seen with Turntine? But either way, I think we're more athletic on the back end, and I think the experience of being a veteran, not as far as on the field, but they've seen it. They got to see Jalen McCullough go out week in and week out and improve. Last year was his best year. So they got to come in and follow that and see how he performed week in and week out. And now it's Andre Turntine's. He had a great game against Iowa. Yes, Iowa's offense. It is what it is. But I do think, and I think in the end, Jacoby Thomas is going to take that safety position and run with it. don't get me wrong. I'm all for Will Brooks. Will Brooks goes out there and earns his spot and does what he's supposed to do, and he's in the spot where he's supposed to be. It's just, I think at the end of the day, Jacoby Thomas ends up taking that other safety spot opposite of Andre Turntine. And I think Boo Carter is going to, that elite talent, once he gets on that field, they're going to be like, damn, we can't take him off the field.
Let me hit another one for 20. The Lazy Llamas, that's Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Finally able to catch a live show, catching up on some door fees. Love to see how the channel is growing. You're crushing it, Boogie. So excited for this season, GBO. Thank you, Lazy Llamas. We appreciate that support. All right, let's get back to Onis Konanbanny right around the corner from his decision. Supposed to come off the board at 12:30. Keeping an eye on his Instagram. We'll try to share it if we're able to do that. But again, 4-star corner out of Columbia, South Carolina. He's outside the top 50, comes in 340th nationally. I don't know what this will do to Tennessee's rankings after this commitment. We'll keep an eye on it. But as you know, Coach Jay kind of touched on earlier in the stream, this kid's raw. He's kind of new to football. And I saw this local news channel for him kind of put this out on Twitter, and I thought it would be worth a watch. Let's take a listen.
Onis Konanbanny's journey begins over 4,000 miles away.
I always knew I was going to make it, like somehow, some way. I just never knew it would be like this.
Born in France and raised in London, he spent his childhood playing soccer, among other sports. Then in secondary school, he was introduced to American football. From there, it was game over. He started waking up early every morning to catch the train to practice, often asking his mother for money to pay the fare. She didn't know much about the sport, but she understood and supported his dream. With practice, he was keeping up with the older guys, sometimes even outplaying them.
Every week we saw like results, like day by day we saw me improving, learning the game, learning how to catch and everything.
His dream quickly evolved into playing American football in America. He took the leap, spending years at a boarding school in Georgia before landing at Heathwood.
You think about how many kids that play sports across the waters that want to come to the United States to play and don't get that chance. Most people will go through something like that in life and give up and think it can't happen. Like miracles do happen, and his story is just that.
Konanbanny is no longer just good at football. He's 4-star good. He's received 40-plus Division I offers. His decision date is on the horizon.
Things are getting real now. It's time for me to, I can't go to 4 schools. Like I have to pick one school, but really just think about where I fit in, like where they're really going to take care of me more than a football player, like as a person.
Whether it's Tennessee or it's Florida State, the impact will be the same back home. Konanbanny wants anyone in his position to know their dreams are possible too.
What I'm doing is just opening the door, making it wider for everybody to just come through, and then so the UK can dominate college football and stuff. I'm competing against guys that they've been playing their whole life, and I haven't been playing my whole life. So, and I'm like dominating them. So it's like, just do it. Like you never know where your talents can take you. Like God's give everybody talent. So you just gotta use it.
In Columbia, Julia Westerman, WIS News 10 Sports.
You know, I think it's one thing to talk about, you know, this kid came here, chased his dream, did this, that, and the other. But Coach Jay, he's making some sacrifices, man. I think when you go back to his recruitment, it was a big deal for his mom to be able to make it to some of the visits because she was flying in from outside the country. So, I mean, this kid made a sacrifice to chase down his dream of playing, you know, college and hopefully professional football.
Yeah, weird. A good kid with a nice strong mama that's there for him, that travels for him, that allowed him to come to the States to chase his dream, and got behind him. And geez, man, sounds really familiar whenever we're talking about these kids being great kids under Heupel. That it's just special, man. It's cool. It's you get a little smirk on your face every time you hear about it, and every time, as Fowl pointed out, you get that culture buzzword thrown out there. It's more than just a buzzword at Tennessee, guys. It's living and breathing, and they're walking that walk, not talking the talk about culture. That's an easy buzzword to throw out, right up there with brick by brick and sacrifice everything and blah 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 blah, coach speak. Yeah, we're walking the walk when it comes to culture, and these kids aren't fooled by bull crap a lot of the times, at least the good ones, and I think that's why we're getting them.
I think he is, when you look at his profile and what he is about and how his story, I think it's the type of kid that you're rooting for year in and year out, that when he gets on a college campus and he's going to bring it, because he's sacrificed everything to get where he is. That's what as Tennessee fans love to see, and he's easy to root for. You think about Zakai Ziegler on the basketball side, just someone that's easy to root for, because he left everything that he knew to come here to be a part of a dream and improve himself and get to where he wants to in life. And this kid, you're never going to have to worry about him not bringing it in practice, because just his story tells you there's not going to be any lazy days in practice. And that's someone that if I was the coach, I would love to have him on my team because, there's not going to be a misstep of character. There's not going to be a misstep of, want to. And this kid's going to bring it. And I look forward to him. We've said at the beginning, I think he's a Vol, and I can't wait for him to be in the orange and white and represent that power T.
Dude, I gotta shout this out in the chat real quick. Scammer Payback's in the chat, which is freaking awesome. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Scammer Payback, but he's got 7.65 million subscribers. And I think I'm pretty sure he used to be a VolQuester. I'm pretty sure he used to be a VolQuester, man. So that is awesome. I watch your videos. I watch your content. It's amazing, amazing stuff. Go check out his channel. Not that he needs my little channel's promotion, but it's cool to see him in the chat. We're right around the decision from 4-star corner Onis Konanbanny coming off the board. Let me catch up with you guys real quick. Thomas Coburn Jr. for 10 says GBO. Shout out, Thomas. We appreciate the support. Rocky Top Tom for 2 says, woo, I made it. Y'all hit that daggone thumbs up. Yeah, you can smash the thumbs up. That's quick, free, and easy. Carson drops a $2 super chat. At work, what time is the commit? Want to watch? It's supposed to be at 12:30. Originally, he had said 12:45. Then it changed to 12:30. So we are right around the corner waiting on that decision. It should never now look, this is what happens, boys. This is what happens. Now they just pushed it back to 12:45. So we are 15 minutes away from the decision. But guess what? Guess what, boys? We always come well prepared around here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. So we're going to break down a little bit of film on Onis Konanbanny. Coach Jay put together some timestamps for us. So we're going to talk about his game. We're going to get into his game a little bit. Coach Jay said what he liked earlier about his game. Now, 247 Sports put out an updated scouting report just yesterday. I'm going to read what they think about his game. Big framed defensive back that has some tools required to shade the perimeter, but also could settle in as a safety at the next level. Has a unique background as he was born in Europe, played soccer throughout his youth before making his way across the pond in 2022. Size has not been third-party verified, but in-person evaluation suggests that he's over 6 feet and thick through the core. Displays explosive tendencies in the lower half while getting snaps on both defense and offense. Comfortable and pressed man will use his hands to read. Let me try that. Correct assignments, can anticipate and jump routes, but needs to keep improving technique and his transitions, which is, of course, right. The guy's raw. He's young to the game. Highlight reel shows a player that isn't afraid to pop someone, but game tape suggests he can improve as an open field tackler. Has developed some ball skills while doubling as wide receiver, but needs to get better at locating the football in coverage. Willie Martinez will fix that right up. Don't worry. Overall, should be viewed as a green international quarterback with multi-year Power 4 starter upside that must keep progressing as he will see a serious uptick in competition on Saturdays. Older for the class, but owns a promising multi-year profile and is still new to the game. What about you, Coach Rice? What do you like about his game? What are you concerned about with his game? And then we'll get into some film.
Well, I mean, what I love about his game is his physicality. He's got the prime corner body that you want in a corner. He's fast, got good speed at the corner position. Obviously, you got to have that with the type of athletes that you face up against on the other side. I'd say the negative would be his rawness, but that's with what I just said, he's never going to be one that's not going to work his ass off to get better. And he's got that chip on his shoulder. So, yes, he has that rawness that's a negative, but he's also going to be one that rawness changes quickly. And you start seeing that potential and that elite athleticism and physicality start just, taking over because he's just so good as far as, his physical traits and his athleticism. And just all he needs is a little coaching, and you're going to see a great prospect in the end. So my only negative would be his rawness, but my big positive is his overall NFL stock potential that this kid has, because he mirrors every trait that you see early on in NFL type prospects at the corner position.
Let me hit a couple more super chats real quick, then we'll jump into it. Parker, Rocky Top Customs, been a member for 11 months. We appreciate that support. Top 5 class, let's go. Bobby J. Heupel for 5. He gave his all to play the game. No doubt he would give his all for Tennessee. Hashtag GBO. Yeah, I like it. Carson for 2 says, boss man can wait. Don't get fired. How you gonna get fired on your day off? It is Friday. Jonathan Boyd for 10. This guy's the ball. Remember the name Graham Simpson. Easily will be a 5-star. Ty Simpson's younger brother. High school debut. 367 touchdowns in the first half. Yeah, we talked about him a little bit earlier. Jonathan, impressive performance for the kid last night. World Travel Nerd for 5. Dorothy, I'm listening to my office at work. Can't wait to see this young man in orange and for kickoff next weekend. GBO. Shout out World Travel Nerd. We appreciate the support. All right, Coach, what do we got?
We've got a bust open play by the offense that's going to result in a touchdown, most likely. What's going to happen here is we got a run play, C gap to what would be the bottom of our screen. And I like to point out plays like this. I know Kyler talked about it the other day when he was on here. These plays that show hustle, care, and, a give a crap. I don't know if you can find Onis, Boogie. He is the cornerback in dark blue at the top of the screen. There you go. Why don't you take this about to the ball carrier? Gets to the 40-yard line and it's broken some space here. As you see, look how far Onis away. This is a touchdown right here, guys, right? Coach Rice, how many cornerbacks give up right here on that backside?
Oh, they're already they may jog a few more yards, but once they see him break into space like that, he's gone.
And look at him, Boogie. Can you put a circle around him again real quick for those of you who might have lost him? Very good. Let's check out the chase down. Just the want to, the cares about his teammates. I mean, that guy's gone. He ain't even on the screen anymore. He is. Sheesh.
Ooh, even got a hit on him. I like that he got a hit on him because the kid slowed down. The runner slowed
down a little. But, that's what happens. Hey, look, the kid knew he was gone. A lot of people do the little slow step, the little heck, Coach Shea does it sometimes. He'd yell at himself in the NCAA football game. I like to do the little ha, 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 high step, can't catch me. And then Onis Konanbanny from App State or something catches me from behind and it feels stupid all of a sudden. But, man, just the hustle right there. The only thing I can really think to compare it to is that play gosh, the cornerback's escaping me that did
Malik
it.
Malik
Texas A&M, yep.
A&M. Yeah, but look how huge a play like that was. And I know that one didn't go our way, but it put us in a position where we could win that game. And those chase downs like that, getting a fumble out of the end zone in a situation like that is huge, man. Think of the momentum that gives your team and that takes away from the other team. It erases a score. It does so many things. I love stuff like that. I know every coach does. I know Coach Rice loves it. I know Heupel and all them watch that and we're like, heck yeah, man, that's what we want to see out of our football players is that hustle, that willingness to not ever quit no matter what situation it is, to keep your head down, to bite down when things aren't going your way and keep fighting for your team is special.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a quick thing real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all stress me out.
This kid is literally becoming one of my favorite players in this class. And I haven't watched I haven't watched a ton of film on him. That clip right there, just that single clip, other than David Sanders, makes him my favorite player in the class. And that's even with Rad Jackson. He's one of my favorite players just with that clip because you can't teach that. You cannot teach that. And with all the sacrifice he made, guys, it's good. I can't wait for him to be in orange and white.
The fact that he was the backside corner, like when you're play side corner and that play's busted up the gut, you see it every now and then, like the Malik Foreman play. But I can't remember the last time I saw a backside corner on a play like that chase someone down. That play it was special to me anyway.
He's becoming one of my favorite players in the class too. I don't know if you guys know why, but this picture was on his Instagram, and Coach Jay brought up a good point. Onis Konanbanny and App State. I just thought this was a nice picture that he posted on his Instagram reels just 6 hours ago. This picture came up on his Instagram reels. But I don't see you guys in the chat yelling at him, asking why he's wearing an App State shirt. All right, yelling at him.
What if he commits to App State today? All of a sudden, everyone will turn on you.
I just take this hat off and put my App State hat on. Oh, Nelson can't stand it. Nelson can't stand it. Oh, the chat's turning on Onis Konanbanny.
Oh, no.
Absolutely. When I saw that, I was like, oh, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Absolutely hilarious. Let me catch up with you guys real quick. Flying Forward, just member for 22 months. We had Onis. This class is going to be top 5 if we add Onis. Also, Terry Maples for 5 says, hype train coming through. Let's go, Big Orange. Appreciate you, Terry. Thank you for the super chat. Ashby Wilson becomes a member of the channel. Thank you, Ashby. We appreciate that support. Don't give a – come on. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Hello from Illinois, Vol Nation. Let's go Blues. Let's go Vols. LOL. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. All right, let's jump back into the film breakdown. We are about 3.5 minutes away from the decision. Let's go take a look at another play from Onis Konanbanny. What do we got, Coach?
Well, hold on, loading here, right? Okay, yeah.
408.
Yep, 408. What we see here is, we got trips to the top of the screen from the offense. Man, we got kind of a loaded box by the defense here. I wouldn't call him out on an island because he's got some help, but he's playing that inside shade, inside technique. What we like to call inch technique in this situation. And for those of you who don't know, press is where you're right up on someone pressing them. Inch technique is where you basically want to stay right in the pocket. Pocket technique, inch technique. You want to stay right in their ear hole, but without actually pressing them. Yeah. And that's what we're going to get here out of Onis. Not that he doesn't want to put his hands out at any point, but this is one of those plays where, it's just can be a mild frustration thing, and he just sticks on you like glue. Boogie, give me the first few seconds of this play here, maybe till they get right into each other, right into that pocket. Boom. So that's okay. Offensive player engaged with him, which is the reason you break when you're in inch technique. That offensive player could be ripping off into a post. He could be pushing off, coming back to the ball. He could be blocking on, you see right here, they can have a little swing out to that slot wide receiver. Let's take it just a little bit further here, Boogie, again. Let's watch these eyes by him. He's going to watch that swing pass. Why the quarterback didn't throw it? I'm thinking he's because he saw that safety stepping down and he didn't like it. So he checks his next wide receiver, which is the deep route, and then he's going to turn to his 3 route. But the timing's already broken here. And look what's happened by allowing the timing to break. Check out that defensive end right in that quarterback's face now. And that's what I mean when I talked about, these cornerbacks for Tennessee this year being able to buy that extra tick and a half. What they did here, first thing was gone. Second read, gone. Now he's got to go to his third read. But guess what? Since he couldn't throw to his second read, it's closed off. Someone's in his face right now, and he's got a problem. He's under high duress. That's going to allow Tennessee to do this year, and that's what a good cornerback that can play press, inch technique can do for you. Go ahead and summation the play, Boogie. And it closes down, right? And it seems small, but I'm telling you, those little seconds are huge because that center post, that third read was open right there. Look at that center post. He stemmed the safety. That play is open if that quarterback's got any more time.
Love that he labels each play. The play you just got through talking about. Mm-hmm. The category, the title of that play was threw off QB timing. So he knows what he's doing in each play. Like he knows that if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to throw that QB and wide receivers timing off and let my defensive line get to them or create other plays for the rest of my teammates. So the fact that he knows what he just did, it's not just, hey, look at this play. He knows he threw that timing off. And then on this one, I love this because the title of it's effort. It's not, hey, I just want interception or sack or whatever. It's effort. I love it. I absolutely love it.
All should be able to hear me. First, I just want to thank you all for being here to be a part of this really special ceremony for Onis. We have people that are here in person, people that are watching from afar, including his mom in England. So we're really excited to
Oh man, that
share
sucks.
this moment with everyone that has been a part of his journey.
That his mom couldn't be there with him.
Highlander, since he's become a Highlander, it has taken a village. And we are so excited to have him as one of us and be able to take part in such a special day for him. I'm going to pass it over to his coach, Tamir Zimmerman, and then we'll have some remarks from Onis before he announces his big decision.
First of all, I want to say thank everybody for coming out to support Onis. He's been a great football player for us and a good friend to a lot of people here. To see this moment, the good part about this moment that I can predict the future here a little bit. We'll have a lot of these moments in the future. A lot of guys here that on the football team. So this won't be just a one-stop shop. Proud of you, and I'm happy to see you get this moment because you worked hard for it and you deserve it. And whichever one of these schools you get happy, you're gonna get a good person, a nice young man, and look forward to see the things go from here. And going to do it.
Thank you very much for coming and taking time out of your day to come support me. First and foremost, I want to thank my mom for everything she's done for me. I know she's going to be with me right now, but I know she's watching me. I just want to say I love her. Thank you for everything she's done for me. But second of all, I want to thank my teammates for being great teammates to me. Everything. One of my assessments methods, they've been friends. Took me in and introduced me to people. I want to thank Miss Mills for this summer, everything she done for me this summer. I want to thank Miss Stokes for helping me in my this summer. I want to thank all my teachers. Without them, I want to be here. I want to thank every staff of the quality work. Thank you so much for welcoming me to such a lovely school. I think we have a better place. I want to thank Coach Tamir for everything he's done for me. I love you, bro. Thank you for everything. I want to thank Coach Reed. She's been like a mom to me. I want to thank Mr. Owen and Miss Alicia for taking me in the household. I know I'm not easy to deal with sometimes. Thank Coach Tony in the back. I thank my guy Kobe in the back, my DB coach. He's getting us right. I want to thank my DC. Thank you. My grandpa right here. I want to thank my brother from London. He just landed a few days ago. But I want to give a shout out to everybody that made this one possible. I want my name lastly. I just want to thank God for putting me in this position without us. None of this would have been what happened. So that without that being said, the next 4 years, I'll be attending the University of.
Let's go. Let's go. Another one in the boat.
I love it. I really love it.
That one was anticlimactic, man. We got almost 2,000 people watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. I know some people were complaining about the audio. Unfortunately, we have no control over their audio. It's quiet every time, so I get it. I wish we could control that, but we can't. Man, if it is your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. Think about subscribing, thinking about hitting that thumbs up, all that type of stuff. We got all kinds of content coming your way moving into next week. We do fan call-in shows every Sunday night. David Sanders is going to be here this Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, so don't miss that. We're going to turn it into a fan call-in show after Monday morning. We do a morning show every week. Myself, Eric Kane of VolQuest and Locked On Vols. Tuesday night, we play EA Sports College Football. Wednesday nights, Talkin VAWLS Live. Friday morning, we do another morning show, me and Coach Jay. Saturday, we do a tailgate show. We do a post-game show. Tons of content. If you're a diehard, passionate, psychotic Tennessee fan, and you like the idea of for the fans, by the fans, not this narrative of a media talking to you or giving you your opinion, telling you what's right, telling you what's wrong, come hang out on the Talkin VAWLS Network. Just wanted to do that quick plug for anybody that is hanging out here for the first time. What's this commitment mean, Coach Jay? It's a big one. We got him in the boat.
It means we got another awesome looking cornerback, man. We are building great depth at that position. It means we add another 4-star, highly sought after defensive player to this class. It means that Josh Heupel continues to deliver on his promise that we're going to play elite defense at the University of Tennessee, that we're not just going to let that go by the wayside. See Lincoln Riley at every stop he's been at, with a good offense. So I'm excited about it. I love me some defense. And like I said, it's huge, man, because we're going to have defensive line as long as Rodney Garner's here. Got to have the secondary to go with it to button that up. And as long as we do, we're going to be highly competitive and competing for playoffs year in and year out.
Yeah, it's awesome, the momentum that Coach Heupel's got this program at, and you can't. It's not just Coach Heupel; it's all the staff. It's the support staff, the recruiting staff. There's everything. A lot goes into it with recruits. You got to think about all the on-campus visits, all the the texts, the phone calls. There's a lot that goes into making a recruit feel like they're family, and building that relationship with them, and letting them know that if you come to Tennessee, you're going to be treated like your family, and come be a part of a winning culture that not only wins football games, but also wins life. And that's creating you into the man that you're going to be in the future, and get you prepared not only for life after football, but for life after football. So massive get. I told y'all just a little bit ago. He's one of my top 2 favorite members of the class. I love it. Can't wait for him to be in orange and white.
Do I need to send you a App State shirt? You want to join the family with me and Onis?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, man, come on. All right, let me finish catching up with you guys. Eric B. Jones becomes a member of the channel. He's been a member for a long time. I bet he just renewed or upgraded. Memphis Ball dropped a $2 super chat. We appreciate that tip in the tip jar. Eric Wallen drops a 2, says Arizona Ball Onus is a lock. 11-1 this season. We appreciate the super chat. David Lynch becomes a member of the channel. Also, Bill Dry becomes a member of the channel. Guys, don't forget, make sure those are up to date because we got a big fan call-in show coming up on Sunday. After David Sanders leaves the show, you guys will get to come on, hang out. We'll talk about everything. It is game week, man. It is here. It is here. We are 8 days away. Cannot wait. David Hall drops a $5 super chat. Is Dave Hooker tuned in? He should be. Best show in UT sports. Thank you, Dave Hall. I can't think of any better way to end the show than with that super chat right there. So, again, Sunday night, David Sanders, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow, I think I'm feeling good enough, man. We've been live for about an hour. The voice held up. I think I'm good enough. So tomorrow night, Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna do a little EA Sports College Football. I tried to make it up to you guys Thursday. I just wanted to make sure. I told Coach Rice right before we went live, this stream may not have been as financially important as the Tuesday night streams, as weird as that is to believe. But this was more important for Vol football. So I wanted to make sure that my voice was good and I was ready to go for this stream because it was more important. And then we'll do EA Sports College Football tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Ugly dropped a $10 super chat and said, it's our time. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the support. That is going to do it for this one. What they jumped to? I had that pulled up.
We dropped down to 6.
6.
That's hilarious.
On 3 too. On 3, they dropped to 6 as well.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to not recruit Onis Konanbanny? No.
No, and it's not as far as us. Auburn got another recruit as well, so it's not. I mean, these numbers are ever changing. They have rankings updates. A team will pick one up, they'll lose one. Nothing's set in stone. We're not going to be where we are now as far as our numbers come December 4th, whenever signing day is. It's going to change. It's going to fluctuate. So fans, just know we're in prime position. It's been years since we've been in this type of position. We've had this type of momentum with elite recruits, and Coach Heupel's getting this program. He's not going star chasing like certain former coaches. He's getting guys that makes this team elite with culture, family, and a winning tradition. And that's what Coach Heupel's doing. And so that we've put our faith in him, our trust that he knows what he's doing, that coaching staff knows what they're doing, and we just got to enjoy the ride.
Heck yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this thing up again. EA Sports College Football tomorrow night, 6:30. David Sanders, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. But for Coach Jay, for Coach Rice, my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and